You know, this day is a day that we do remember, we acknowledge.
And that's where we begin tonight. An emotional day for many people remembering 9/11 and the thousands of lives lost 23 years ago. WMBD's Brianna Rittman went to a memorial in the Twin Cities hosted by Normal's American Legion Post 635. She joins us to tell us the impact on our local community. Brianna.
Yes, Thomas, as I was setting up, a veteran said to a firefighter, "I'm sure this day means a lot more to you all." It was nice to see that camaraderie between servicemen and first responders. And today's memorial service shared the unity as dozens gathered to remember the thousands of lives lost 23 years ago. Roger Troxel playing Amazing Grace, honoring the lives lost on 9/11. He's a retired firefighter who went to New York City to help his fellow firefighters 23 years ago. Troxel's wife, Dianne, took to the podium during the ceremony.
That day changed all of us. To this day, it's changed all of us. We don't travel the same way we did before that. We don't trust the same way that we did before that.
She shared the importance of educating younger generations about what happened that fateful day.
Roger went to New York and did funerals and came home, and he compiled a scrapbook. And our grandkids have all had to sit down and look at that scrapbook. And we've shown them, and he even talks about the smell of that burning pile of rubble.
She also opened up about why it was her speaking at the podium instead of her husband.
But he said on the way here, "I can't do that. Will you get up and say something?" But he also told me that when he really thinks about it, he still smells that smell and has that taste in his mouth when he was down there on that site.
"9/11 is a day that is painful to relive in U.S. history."
It's one of those things that's very vivid in your memory. It's things like you don't ever forget. You know, my parents telling me about, the Kennedy assassination, Bobby Kennedy's assassination, where they were at, what they were doing, all those things.
Fire Chief Humer said 9/11 allows people to think about the risk first responders take on a daily basis.
And obviously, September 11th, attack, almost 3,000 people lost their lives, a lot of police officers, firefighters, and that as well. But, first responders lose their lives every day in this country. Auto accidents and fires and police officers, involved in shootings. I think that we just need to remember on a daily basis of what these folks do for us.
And pulling on heartstrings is how one lady described today's ceremony. And it pulled on mine so much, I called my dad, who is a Navy veteran. We talked about 9/11. What was supposed to be a routine few weeks out to sea turned into months with, at that time, an unknown return date. Thomas?